Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we investigated the wait, we didn't investigate the drug trade. We were supposed to interrogate the drivers about the smuggling of drugs, but instead we spent all our time in the bookstore. We're a great detective. We're absolutely fantastic at our job. Maybe this time we should actually investigate the drug trade? Looks like here's one of the drivers. Should we put on any clothes for this? We bought a whole bunch of books last time. We'll get into these at some point. Maybe not right now, though. There is the damaged ledger, too. I guess we'll investigate that in a little bit, but right now I think we should talk to some of these drivers over here. Here's the first one. Let's ask him about drugs.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
He finishes and turns to you. What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
He glances south down the road. Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
He's an artsy boy, an artsy trucker. How long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it. Oh boy, stumbling on my first words in this stream.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers.
So tell me, what do you need?
We've been asking everybody about money. Care to spare some change for a working stiff?
Huh? Oh, no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work.
They who?
The bosses, man.
We're a communist. We should say the second one. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself.
He has a couple to rub together, but not more than that. Tell me more about the strike.
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Maybe I should go on a strike.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not?
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother.
I don't know my mother, but I'd go on strike against her too, for my rights.
Okay. But do continue. You were asking about the strike?
The lieutenant's face betrays a little reaction. What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Yeah, we've spoken to her, but he doesn't know that. What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
He smiles awkwardly. Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
I'm so glad we buffed electrochemistry. It speaks up so much more now.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Let's ask him about the dead man. That's still a priority case. Do you know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Again, very extravagantly put. And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway, then?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
It's probably a joke. Okay, and what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately.
So, nothing illegal, then, I take it?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Is that your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
Am I? One of our thoughts is ready to chime in.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
Oh, called a camion, so that's why their truck drivers or the lorry drivers are called camionneurs. That's a fallen A6 you got there.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
He gives the side of the lorry a friendly knock. Could I get one of those fall tracksuits you're hauling?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
That's sensible. I had another question, though.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
He folds his hands behind his head and leans back.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
I like this guy, but perhaps we'll leave this up to the chat. What should we say? Do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking? I need to get high and I'm looking for a dealer. Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. What shall we go with? What do you think, chat? Oh, that's a 50-50. We are the superstar cop, and our drama is pretty high, so maybe we'll try to act our way in. I need to get high, and I'm looking for a dealer.
Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Why would I do that?
Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law induces a person to commit a criminal offense that the person would have otherwise been unlikely to commit, usually through some trickery, persuasion, or fraud.
Well, perhaps we can go with the second option since that was the second most, or the most popular option. Alright, Tommy, let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Well, why are you hanging around then?
Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo, and it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
A rhymesmith? This is quite credible. It goes with its cadence and way of speaking.
Thank you, conceptualization. What do you who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Well, we still have two options. We have empathy. What do you see in his eyes? And we have conceptualization. He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse. How about we... Conceptualization is pretty high already. How about we try to get chat to boost that up? I think once I click this button, you have to choose a... something to lower and something to put up, something to increase. So we'd need to increase our int, our intellect. And I suppose you're supposed... I think you're supposed to remove one of the others. If you were to remove either one of Psyche or Physique, it would give me damage, I think. But let's see if you can boost up our int or make it worse. I mean, failing our best verse could be pretty funny too, but it could hurt us. It could hurt our morale or our health. We don't know. Let's see. It didn't work. We got a better conceptualization check now. He's a poet. Let's hit him with our best verse. Don't fail this.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. Its eye is in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
Where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang, that's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
I think that I may actually be an actual poet, and I've learned it. No. I'm misreading that. That it may be by an actual poet. That's not what we want to say. We are clearly the vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
Well, conceptualization earlier suggested that maybe we have a novel in somewhere in our brain. The beginnings of one, however, so we wouldn't be that amiss to say, I think the words are ours.
Fucking hey. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
It just makes it all easier to bear if the words are pretty.
I get you. When they really click, it makes the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
It gives you a thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
The mirror? We did take a look in the mirror, trying to find the source of expression, which we already did. Our empathy check is still very low, though. perhaps we shouldn't go with it. Well, he gives a salute with 2 fingers. Tommy Leom doesn't clearly know a whole lot about the drug trade. Even if he does, he doesn't want to get involved in it. But we have 2 things here that just popped up. The first is a thought. So let's have a look at that. What thought have we internalized?
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
I took a screenshot. I didn't mean to take a screenshot. That's the sound that happened when I took a screenshot. We completed our thoughts, and it suggests we go back to Joyce Messier and talk to her about the world. But more importantly, it gives us +1 experience for every orb that we click, which is why I didn't click on that many orbs so far. That's probably the only part in this Let's Play where I will actually try to min-max anything. Well, maybe there is one more thing, but we'll get to that later. All intellect learning caps are raised by 1 as well. So that should be a thought that we definitely need to keep. It's 1 experience for every orb we click. And it also increased our intellect learning caps. We don't have a lot of skill points. We have 2 skill points to use. And there definitely are a lot of options we could boost. Why is Half-Light at 1? Well, one of the items gives us -1 to that. But yeah, there are several skills that we could boost. Perhaps we won't do it for right now. I'm a kind of a hoarder when it comes to skill points. So we won't do it yet. But at some point we should probably start putting some points in some of these skills. We also have this other blip. What is this?
Hey, psst.
Who? Me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings.
How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
We have more than 25 real. I don't think we want to murder ourselves. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous 7-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Well, how about first you tell me what this communism is even about?
Failure. It's about failure.
I'm a superstar. I don't really do failure.
Of course you do. You are failure. You are communism. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb stomped, shat on. While everyone else is out partying, having a callous laugh, you will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Alright, yeah, we're definitely left wing. Let's roll up our sleeves and start building communism.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what, firing squads? You didn't say anything about those.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
That's reasonable rhetoric. I'm in. Roll our sleeves and further... roll our sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. We gained a thought. We actually have to read through some of these. We did read this. We still have an internalized, inexplicable feminist agenda. Did we read this one? I don't think we did. Let's have a look at this before we move on to the next one, the one we just got. Temporary research bonus done. Takes 5 hours 55 minutes to internalize. Wild Pines, Feld, Couvry, Tricentennial, Villiers et Le Sol. Names of Revacholian Indo tribes spring into your head, set loose at the mention of wild pines. Royal monopolies, octopuses and swordfish, most of them gone now. YBP, Expander, Saint Baptiste, Brightest Star, LUM, Resplendent, East Insulindic, Welter, and El Cassette. But isn't one missing? Wait, no, there were only 14. Then why do you feel like there was a 15th Indo tribe? This would refer to the colonial era thought where there were Indo tribes, and Wild Pines is one of them. But more importantly, we got Masovian socio-economics. Temporary research bonus -2 visual calculus looks like reaction. Research time 3 hours 10 minutes. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right, until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasmazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Well, in order to internalize that, we do need to unlock one of our thought cabinet spots. And I don't think I want to do that just yet with just the 2 skill points we have, but it's definitely a thought we should probably internalize at some point, right? Well, we have spoken to one of the truck drivers. Surely there are more truck drivers to be spoken to. And since we internalized Chemin Vu, there's no longer any reason for us not to read these green orbs. They're all one experience. Closed for winner. Please use main entrance. Goods from the lorry haphazardly littered the surroundings. Jump Jams, a populaire musique mag. A glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. If we were more physical, I would imagine something would pop up on the screen right now telling us how we're even stronger than them. Regardless, here's a man. Let's have a chat.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you. It's addressed to the lieutenant. He's also called Racist Lorry Driver. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
What shall we go with, chat? What shall we say? Are we going to be inquisitive about it? Why does he sound angry? Say nothing or encourage Kim? You tell him. What do you think we should say? No question about it. You tell him, Kim.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
He pays you no attention. So we are in a limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Okay, how about we put this up to the chat as well? Fucking A, Kim. I got your back. As we punch him on the shoulder. Well, I think we all learned something here. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions. What shall we say? This is all to create the kind of cop we are. All I see is chat wants us to be sneaky about it. We don't want to give away the fact to racist lorry driver that we're actually opposed to him. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. Let's just get on with it. What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Shit, our rhetoric lost a racist lorry driver on that. We can't wrap our head around the fact that he's probably lying. You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Oh, racial economic sabotage, you say? How about we're gonna be dramatic about this? How about we just kind of try to fool him? Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then,
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
He puffs on his cigarette. Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other communers have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
there was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
That doesn't sound like a person that I'd feel bad for. And since we already kind of established that we're not a very racist person, we're just gonna say, yeah, serves him right.
It's a fucking travesty, is what it is.
That's it. Well, if it's not you, then who is running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Who is that?
He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, he's just selling his employer stuff. Stuff he stole after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry.
Where do I find this Silang?
Just follow the smell. It smells like apricot and oil when you're nearby.
The lorryman lets out a raspy croak at his own sense of humor.
Yes, yes. Where is he?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit south of here, near the canal. You can't miss him. Just watch yourselves. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, all right. 100%.
He nods in a sagely manner, then another puff of that cigarette.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to pay Silang a visit then.
Guess so.
Racist lorry driver, I found this mug in the trash. Is it yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Who would have thought that the racist lorry driver finds the racist mug really funny? Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Common sheep? Yeah, you know, like in real life, the people who are not racist are common sheep. Alright, chat, what shall we say? I get it, somebody has to be the unpopular guy. Oh, so you're just a racist, makes sense. To be honest, I can't really remember what that means. Please explain to me what that means, racist lorry driver. On second thought, let's talk about something else. What do you think, chat? What should we say to racist lorry driver about this? Oh wow, nobody's willing to say anything about this. While we are a superstar communist cop, we're also, I want to say, rather logical. Our intellect is at 4. And drama is better though. So past drama would want us to not be out like in his face about it, even though I wouldn't like to be in his face about it. Maybe drama wants us to be a little bit more conservative about it. At the same time, I don't. Yeah, we don't probably need this. I get it. Somebody has to be the unpopular guy.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Well, what else have you thought up? You seem like a thinking, reading person.
So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
And what's the problem with that?
The problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
What's a cultural victory?
It's what the Kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
Oh, because we haven't heard any leader or motetos lately on the radio. It's the fact. It's clearly stands to reason to him that cultural victory has been over. Culture as a whole has been taken over as by a bunch of foreigners. Say nothing.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
I'm going to regret this, but let's see what chat thinks we should say to this. Oh, I can't. I can't actually click it. It doesn't work. That's actually reassuring, because I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not really down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. I was hoping we could go with, like, fool him maybe. That we were a raging racist, and maybe we could have. What's this? A fritte. Sick. With 3 T's. Alright, we've spoken to 2 lorry drivers, and the racist lorry driver pointed us to Sileng. And Sileng is right over here. Let's have a chat with him.
You see a Samarran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
He gives you a thumbs up. What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yes! You got style. You got personal style. You know what you like.
He surveys his consumer's kingdom with an air of satisfaction.
You like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He settles back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on.
Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions.
Yes, questions. Where are you from, Silang?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
If it's called the Apricot Suzerainty, I don't think that's like... I think this is pretty much a racist option right here. You're not local, are you, Silang?
Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The Apricot Suzerainty, you know?
I guess he would have been fine with it. Why's it called that? Is there a lot of apricots?
The Apricot Suzerainty is what the Seaguy archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, I do. We didn't choose that option.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws.
that would make it much better for entrepreneurs, doesn't it?
Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Sigai.
So, Silang, what's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I'm super into drugs.
That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale. Or at my home, or on my person.
He smiles. I actually don't like drugs, Silang. I was just pulling your leg.
That's cool. Especially after you already said you're into them. All the coolest detectives in the movies do drugs. And I'm very conflicted about it. Still, no drugs here.
He smiles. We're looking for a lorry driver who's transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops to think.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
He spreads his arms. Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor, Silang?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
Okay, we have two options here. You're wasting my time. Tell me who the fuck is transporting drugs around here. Okay, if you don't know, then I'll tell your employer you've been selling his stuff. Either way, we're gonna come off as a dick. Which way should we be a dick about? What do you think, chat? Chat is so undecisive. No. They're absolutely decisive. You're wasting my time. Tell me who the fuck is transporting the drugs here.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
If you don't want to get into this mess, you have to give us a reason to move on.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
He points north.
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
She? Where is she? I haven't yet met a woman on the roundabout.
There's one by the statue of that king. I haven't gone near her. And I won't either.
The third driver. We haven't talked to her yet. Where exactly is she? Near the horseback monument?
Kim, you're wrong. We've spoken to 3 different lorry drivers so far. That would be the 4th.
In her lorry there. But I don't know if it's her. Are we cool now? I think we're cool now.
Okay, Sealing, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
We have a rhetoric check to convince him to give us some money. We have a -1 because poor underprivileged grandma. +1 ratted out the lady driver. We don't have clothes that would make that any better, and I don't think the chat is going to be able to help us there too much. So for right now, I guess we'll leave it at that. There still is a lorry driver we should interrogate. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Oh, we found some more empty tear, some plastic tear. This guy has a bunch of boxes around. Let's see what they're about.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box, a variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
The vendor takes a pair of sunglasses and sticks them under your nose.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Go over and ask him.
With my net worth? Well, let's try them on.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
That sounds like a bargain.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
Even better.
It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face.
Oh, I guess there's that.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Don't tell me what to do, Kim. I like those sunglasses.
No, I can't. We can't walk around with you looking like this. Okay, fine. Go ahead. If you want to look like a walking midlife crisis, then who am I to interfere?
We can buy the ugly glasses. They give us +1 to electrochemistry, but -1 to logic. We can also rummage through the box. Let's do that first.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, These lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Man, with the art cop, our conceptualization probably can try again and find some interesting sunglasses, right? 28%? But my conceptualization is at 4. How would it be so bad? I guess let's try.
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor, produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 real.
Hey, at least it might actually offer some protection against the sun. Not like those cheap plastic shades.
Kim, are firefights something we should be prepared for?
I hope not.
He says, looking up from his browsing.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Well, maybe we can try this again later, once we've buffed conceptualization or after the check has become unlocked again. But it did give us this amphibian sports visor with +1 to perception. Our perception is at 3, which is not great. None of our skills are great, honestly. Perception is not a bad skill to have, but then again, neither is anything else. Maybe we won't buy anything for right now. What's in this box?
You see 2 lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, Ultra Series.
Oh, the Ultra Series.
I can see you with taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
Yes, Everfair keeps telling us that. I don't think this amounts to much. Inspect the sneakers.
A pair of found Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
We can't afford those.
Only? That's madness.
That's what I was thinking. Inspect the speakers.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found Ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
But I already looked at the sneakers.
Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market.
But can't I just buy the sad conquered Samaran speakers? I'm a superstar cop.
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Lo-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them, Sealang. I think I might be into lo-fi socialist junk myself.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know what I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers, Sealang.
Well, if you want them...
He pauses for a moment, calculating.
But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
So that would be 50 real and 50 cents for the speakers. And on top of that, we get the fallen sneakers, Which, oh, they don't look too bad. +1 to reaction speed, +1 to hand-eye coordination, -1 encyclopedia. Encyclopedia hasn't really done a whole lot for us so far, to be honest. Anything else here?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
My favorite kind.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that.
Net worth keeps coming up. Burst through the box.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Ugh.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
It's at 72%. It's pretty good. Let's do it.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
Of course, they're all different typefaces. How else are you gonna know you're wearing serious clothing?
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
$4.50. That's a bargain. That's a +1 to composure. Let's buy it.
Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
The street vendor seems pleased. Let us leave for now. Well, we have already spoken with 3 lorry drivers about the drug trade. So far, we really haven't had a clue. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Alright. I think we're done with Disco Elysium for this session. We've spoken to the lorry drivers. It didn't really get us too far. If we look at Chum Mystery, we need to find out who the lady driver is and where her lorry is, but we don't know about a female lorry driver. So perhaps we'll leave all of this for the next time of Disco Elysium. You know what? Let's have a look at something. Let's have a look at that jacket we bought. The Dynamic Windbreaker Surf. +1 to composure. Keep your cool. -1 shivers. Weatherproof. This nylon wind cheater is so dynamic. It wraps around you like a membrane. Equipped with a stowable hood, the backside of the garment is covered in sport and summer-related text. It swishes softly as we walk. Let's put on our Dick Mullen hat. I think it's only appropriate that we have our Dick Mullen hat on. And outside that, let's see, can we still interact with the damaged ledger?
The ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage.
No, we still need +1 to interfacing before we can do that, so perhaps we'll leave that for next time, but right now, let's put a point in interfacing, because we really want to read that. And interfacing, mastering machines, picking locks and pockets doesn't sound like a bad thing to have. It's probably not going to fail us. Let's put a point in it. Accept the closes in change. And next time, maybe we'll try to locate the lorry driver, the female lorry driver, and also read our ledger at long last. Right now, we'll save our game here. And with that, we didn't do a whole lot, but we did something. We spoke to 3 lorry drivers. Yeah, that's what we did. We spoke to 3 lorry drivers. And next time we'll try to find the 4th one, the lady driver. And if I had to guess, we're gonna do some other stuff unrelated to the case. I'll see you then.